Hey guys, welcome back to an episode of Frank's Unsolicited Advice NFL Editions. This week we're joined with Bree and June, and we got a special guest. So Bree, since it's your guest, why don't you introduce your guest?
He's a grown-ass man. He can introduce himself. That's Blanco.
Wow.
Bengals fan. I'm kidding. No,
Hey.
This is
Wow.
my big bro.
Big time Bengals fan, born and raised Cincinnati. You know, we gonna ride or die.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. Let me give a better introduction. This is my big bro.
This fans, bro. I mean,
Everyone thought we were brother and sister because we look alike apparently on deployment. Very, very great friend. A huge shit talker. Amazing family. Great wife. That's my baby. But he's a good person. That's my big bro, Blanco, right there.
that's a better introduction. You know what I'm saying? At first, like, oh, he grown. He could talk to you by himself. You know what I mean? Hey, but how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm glad to be here. I appreciate y'all for having me, boss.
Oh, hey, anytime. I invite anybody that can talk a good shit, a good game, and give some insight. You know, sometimes it's good to break it up. June, how you feeling, bro?
Hey, it was good, man. Hey, again, hopefully more upbeat than last week. I know last week it was a little interesting for all three of us. But yeah, man, definitely feel the energy and a positive vibe right now. So I'm definitely excited
through this today. I'm beat. I think if you put me on my bed in my CPAP machine, I go to sleep right now. Bree, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm pretty tired, but I'm feeling good. I got my Chick-fil-A. I'm doing good.
Okay. All right. We're going to get it in then. All right, Bree, so let's kick it off. Let's get that first topic going.
Hey, shout out to NTAG Jacksonville for making going over a year. Let's go.
Wow. Well, shout out to Steve Goff for retiring as a CWO4 with 30 years of service. That was today. So shout out to Steve. Go ahead now, Bree. You want to do a shout out?
Right.
Blanco, we at it right now.
Let me shout out my new daughter, 3 months old, Layla Snow White. That's my baby.
Oh, I like that, Layla.
There you go. Congrats.
He came one day too early.
Go ahead.
Okay, so our first topic is Steelers cut DeCastro and they signed Trey Turner.
So I was kind of lost. I'm not really tracking it. Maybe you could fill me in on what the significance of that means because this is your team.
Well, first of all, I'm pissed that we cut DeCastro. Like, I'm so mad. I don't really know who Trey Turner is like that, though. That's the thing.
Well, I'll chime in a little bit. Be happy about Trey Turner. I was kind of salty that the Bengals didn't try to get him. As y'all know, our O-line sucks. And DeCastro has a ailing ankle, supposed to be getting some surgery. So he hasn't got the surgery yet. So he might not be ready for the year. And Trey Turner is a 5-time Pro Bowler. So he's good.
Okay.
I'll be sorry if you guys don't pick up anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I'm playing with you, man. It's all right. Hey, you said it, man. You open the door, man. All right. Come on.
it's all
Hey, man. I'm just laughing because for one, I'm really tired. And two, it's like we never had the only Bengals fan was Steve, and Steve really didn't have a jersey on, man. And then you was having all the difficulties. It's like, bro, it's like your season's all over again. So
time out. Hey, with all that being said, your starting quarterback is going to be Mac Jones this year.
Hey, I'll take it. But don't sleep on Cam. I'm gonna stick up for Cam, Bree. And I got you right now. I'm gonna do it.
Let me hear it.
Cam is gonna do his thing. All right. Don't let these little videos fool you about him overthrowing people half a yard away from him. Okay. Not being do the little shuffle pass. Like, you know, oh boy, and remember the Titans. He's gonna get it right. He's gonna get it right because he knows if he doesn't, he's going home. He's gonna be home.
I think so too. Honestly, I hope he does. I'm a Cam fan. So I hope he does well. You know how most people are always Steelers, or not Steelers, because everybody does hate Steelers. Most people are Pats haters, but I don't have any problem with the Pats. The Steelers deserve to be hated, you know.
You know, okay, crazy. Bree don't.
I know where you live.
I'm waiting because if we say something about the Steelers, bro, we're dead.
If let June say Ben Roethlisberger threw 3 interceptions in a game, and it was true. Why are you coming for my quarterback? You know what, June? The Eagles, they suck. And Frank, you don't even talk about your team no more. So be quiet. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't even say nothing.
I get 2 argument points with her. One, like you said, I'm big bro, so I got to really mess up. And 2, she remembers what Von Bell did to Juju.
Yeah.
On prime time.
Yeah. We don't speak about the past.
What?
Oh wow.
That's all we do in this shit.
Yeah.
All right. So next topic.
The next topic.
So tight end university was a success. Kittle said his position deserved a little more recognition, given how players such as himself, Kelsey, and others have become focal points of the NFL offenses. Also, that tight ends is one of the only positions in football that does mostly everything.
Who want to go first? I mean, I can go first, but who
you can go first.
I think I saw that. I saw what you put in the chat, and I with old boy who's Olsen, right? He said something, and I kind of agree with him. Because over the years, the tight end position has become more than just a blocking person, an extra lineman, and a quick pass or help with the run. A lot of these tight ends now have become so versatile. They've just changed the game. You take Kelsey, you take Kittle, you take Gronk when Gronk was younger and healthy. Aaron Hernandez when he played. Antonio Gates was pretty good too in his earlier years.
Waller.
Who else?
Darren Waller.
Yep, Darren Waller. Yeah, especially him. And now you got the guy that went to Atlanta that got drafted this year, and they look at him like he could be a wide receiver. So I agree. They do everything. They block the linemen. They block the defensive linemen and middle linebackers. They got to go out there and run routes. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, I agree. They do everything, and I think they deserve more credit. And I kind of like, we talked about it last week. I like the fact that they had that university and they got together and helped each other grow. I think that's deep. I think it's dope because you see a lot of wide receivers do it. They get together in off season and they throw, they go out there and run routes together, but you don't see nobody else doing it. So that's my take on it. I mean,
Tim Tebow was probably like on Twitter scrolling, looking at everyone's pictures and just like,
Tim was praying. He was praying that maybe he got a late invite. He was looking at
he was salty.
Well, what about the running backs though? I mean, because now we're kind of talking about something similar. So you take Le'Veon Bell at the time when he was in prime, especially in the Steelers, he was doing a little bit of everything, right? And that was one of the debates that he was having. I deserve more money because I play as a running back, I play as a blocker, and I also do my receiver stuff, right? And we have some running backs that do similar things. So I mean, now it's gonna open that conversation for other positions to say, well, you know what? Well, I do this, and this. So I guess, in my opinion, it falls on the impact of the player. It's impossible, obviously. Could you live without a tight end versus the running back, right? And outweigh what? So yeah, they have a valid point. Do they deserve more money? I don't know. I guess so. You know what I'm saying?
It's more recognition.
More
recognition. Yeah. Of course. I mean, I think so, but again, I think it falls back to other positions that probably been doing the same thing. I mean, and look at a running back, right? I think they take a little bit more damage to their body than a tight end does that's been doing something similar for many years. That's just what I think.
So I think I agree with you to an extent. The big difference I can draw is that the marquee position outside of quarterback is left tackle / right tackle and pass rusher, right? They get paid the most, they get valued the most. So tight ends deal with those guys, those pass rushers. Running backs, if you really start looking into the top running backs in the league, James Robertson, he was just undrafted, right? Balled out. You think it's some more backs that you catch a lot more running backs that go undrafted and late drafted. Running backs can be found. Like who is Edo Smith? Where did he come from? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like some of these guys, like you just have like even the biggest no-name tight end that's doing real good was probably Darren Waller. And why was he a no-name? Because he had drug problems. It wasn't because of talent. You know what I mean? Tight end is a marquee position. They're catching The best ones are catching 100 balls a season. You know what I mean? Le'Veon Bell, I think, was an anomaly. There's not many running backs doing what Le'Veon. You got Christian McCaffrey, and he's considered one of the top guys, and he got paid top money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think
there's not really a lot of running backs putting up receiver numbers how Le'Veon did.
it's also a system. Le'Veon fit the system. You take like a James White in New England. He fits the system. You can do without a top 5 or top 10 running back, but you can't really do without a top 10 tight end. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you think about it, if you look at even Pittsburgh's had some good tight ends in the past that they came up big in big situations. You take Aaron Rodgers with old boy
Jesse James.
Yeah, sure, whatever. You take Aaron Rodgers over in Green Bay. When he had them Hail Marys, I think one of them went to the tight end, or not both. You start looking at the position, and like I said, it's over time has evolved. For me, as the Pats, they do better when they have a 2 tight end situation. You know, if they never had Hernandez and Gronk healthy at the same time on the field, and when they did, it wasn't the same. But if they could, it would be crazy because, in my opinion, Hernandez was more versatile than Gronk. But to get 2 of those guys together, when you have that, it's if you look at the Chiefs, man, how many times Kelsey bailed them out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big body in the middle of the field, and people forget about him because they're worried about Tyreek Hill and Mecole Hardman. They're not worried about him when you should be worried about him. If you look at George Kittle, when George Kittle is healthy, he's a problem. You know what I'm saying? You take Greg Olsen in his youth, problem. Witten, even in his old age, was still a problem. You know what I mean? So a lot of these guys, you put him in the right, even Watson. And as he progressed over his career, even at his old age, he still was a problem as a tight end. So, you know, I don't feel they get enough recognition. Or maybe they do and we just don't see it. I think the recognition comes in the form of pay, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you have people like, you know, Shannon Sharp that was a tight end. He big him up. Other people talk about the tight end. But I think when we look at recognition, you said it yourself, outside of quarterbacks, who gets paid the most money? The protectors and the people that got to hit them, right? The nowadays you're seeing wide receivers make money and stuff like that. Okay, that's cool, but they don't make no money like that. Not like that, you know.
Only the premier ones. When, like you said, I think there's a lot of the mid tier ones that do a lot for an offense. Like the guy you guys just signed from the Titans,
Smith.
Yeah, Jonnu Smith. He's a beast. I feel like he's gonna. If somebody's gonna save, I don't want to diss Cam by saying saves Cam, but if somebody did quote unquote save Cam, it'll be Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, I mean, you need it, and he again. I hope I hope not to go back to the quarterback situation. I hope Cam does well, but I know that competition sometimes gets in your head. You know, sometimes we start looking at ourselves like, can I still do it? And once doubt settles in. And especially as a quarterback, because you have to think, and you know, people say you could block out the noise. Like you know, some people say I don't watch ESPN or I don't watch Fox Sports. I don't read Twitter. Lies. You know what I'm saying? Lies. You know, they hear it, they watch it, and it stays in their head. So, but if you said if somebody's going to bail him out, it's going to be one of them tight ends. That's going to be him or Hunter Henry. Because they're big targets and they're there, and you know they can do that little bump for protection and hit the little quick slant and catch the ball. You know, so.
So if I may ask the sidebar question,
what's up?
What do you guys, in your opinion, what do you guys think is the most important position outside of quarterback that you must have to win the Super Bowl?
On offense or on defense?
Either offense or defense. Pick one outside of quarterback, because quarterback is important, but you got to pick one more that. I think
you got to go defense. I'm sorry, it's defense. A good pass rusher.
Yeah, that's my opinion. Good pass rush.
If you 2007 loss, that was that defense, that front, that Strahan. I don't think Umenyor was there yet, but you had Hicks or whatever his name was there. They had people getting at Brady, and you know quarterbacks like Brady, Eli.
That was 2008.
Was the 2007 season though?
Yeah,
I was out to sea in 2008 on the Roosevelt. I saw that in the middle of those.
I know, but the Super Bowl was in 2008.
Yeah, my bad. The 2008 Super Bowl for the 2007 season. Oh my God. So yeah, so you take people like Peyton, even Breeze, they don't like getting hit, man. If you show me the quarterback that likes getting hit, he's not smart. He's not thinking about longevity. He's thinking about I like to take a hit. Once you take them out their pocket, you take them out their
Carson Wentz.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Carson does like to get hit.
I mean, but look, not for nothing. For a while, Ben wasn't scared to get hit either.
And now, now he's all broken down.
Yeah, he's a big body quarterback, and it took a lot to take him down. But going back to those quarterbacks, they don't want to get hit. Rodgers doesn't. So look what if you get a good pass rush that can buy your that can get after them and make them bad decisions and make your secondary look so great. You know what I'm saying? When they're really not, that helps out.
Yeah, because pass rush makes everybody on the defense better. Because pass rush includes the interior linemen, and if interior linemen are good, that frees up the linebackers. And if the outside pass rushers are good, like you said, it makes the secondary look better. You know what I mean? It allows them to play more free. So yeah, I'm with you on pass rushers.
Yeah, if you take like the Legion of Boom, right, when they was out there, that defense was actually better from the secondary in. That Seattle defense wasn't good from the front line back. It was that secondary in, because that secondary was locking people down. So it was forcing quarterbacks to hold it, which was allowing the middle linebackers in that line to get after them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That back end was the strong point, but it's rare that you get that. A lot of times it's the front part that's coming after them, and
like the Bucks last year. It was the front end first, and they have a bunch of young guys in the back end at the front end made them look better.
Yeah, them young guys struggled. When that front end wasn't getting after nobody, they were getting picked apart because they were young corners and young safeties making young decisions. But and again, it's system built. It's system built. We've seen many. Hell, Peyton won a Super Bowl with 49 yards throwing an interception. You know what I'm saying? The Patriots.
That's partially because Cam was scared to pick up a fumble, but whatever.
I mean, I think Cam got punched in the face and he was a young guy. You coming off MVP season, and you ran through a conference, and now you come up against this defense that stopped Brady, stopped everybody else, and Von Miller was in the backfield in less than 2 seconds. That's unheard of. You got from the time the ball gets height, he's in the backfield at under 2 seconds. That's bananas.
Prime Von Miller was one of the best I've seen for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. But I think the positions do matter, and for me, it'll be defense side more than offense.
So while we're on the tight end topic, do you want me to read what Greg Olson said?
Yeah, I mean, we already touched on it, so yeah, you could read it and we could transition.
Well, June put it in there. Do you want me to read what?
No, go ahead. Yeah, my phone's over there.
So do we agree or disagree with what he said? And he said, we have to do the same shit that $15 million left tackles have to do and run routes against the same guys that $15 million wide receivers has to run routes against. And they're only going to pay us $7 million.
I
agree.
Yeah.
It's like I said, the position
in tight ends out wide. They putting tight ends in the backfield. They putting them close to the line. A lot. I've seen it happen a lot lately. The Bengals do it. I don't know why, because we don't have tight ends that are good enough. Because the good tight ends, they'll leave tight ends isolated against premier ends now for a small amount of time, but they'll do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, look at New England. New England just picked up, arguably, 2 of the top 5 tight ends in the NFL right now. I don't know how much they're getting paid, but they're probably not getting paid as like that left tackle they're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that right there speaks for itself. Hey, let me pick up these beast mode tight ends for deal, and I mean, shoot, you guys got 2 solid tight ends. You guys are gonna make Aguilar look like a freaking superstar, man.
All right. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is a little something I want to do, because a lot that has been trending on social media is people are using doing the Mount Rushmore heads, but with their top favorite artists, rappers, singers, So we should do our Mount Rushmore heads for our team. So pick the greatest 4 players from your NFL team that you would put on Mount Rushmore if there was a Mount Rushmore for your team.
Past the present.
Yeah, how far back?
Yeah.
Because y'all
since the 2000s, they had to have played before or during 2000 and
2000. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So think about that.
Shoot.
I already know he's gonna say Tom Brady, number 12, the GOAT.
Nah. Well, Brady's definitely up for the
Thomas.
Pats. So to me, that meant something for the Pats. I would go Brady, Edelman. Are we doing just offense or both sides?
Just
Whoever you want.
your whoever you want.
Edelman?
Brady, Edelman. You could even throw James White in there if you want. But then you got to go defense too. And in the early 2000s was that defense that was doing it. So you could put up Brewski. You could put up what's my man that's on NFL Network? Frank, who's the commentator that used to be a defensive lineman on the NFL Network for the Patriots? You got Brewski. You got Vrabel. Vrabel got 12 touchdown catches, and they were all 12 receptions. They were all touchdowns in the end zone. You could say Ty Law. So it depends how you go.
I think y'all got too many great people to put Edelman in there.
Well, I think Edelman's clutch. I think Edelman's been clutch ever since. And we start talking about positions, right? I think Edelman was undrafted. Or no, he was drafted 6th, 7th round. And he was a punt returner, quarterback turned receiver. And look what he did. Everybody doesn't give him credit because his numbers in the regular season don't add up to much.
So who was more important in the 2000s to the Patriots, Edelman or Wes Welker?
Well, I have my own opinion about that. I will always go Edelman over Welker because Welker dropped the pass in the Super Bowl that I believe Edelman would never have dropped, ever.
Ever. I can't argue with the Patriots fan, but me personally,
you could argue it.
If I had to vote, I'd say Wes Welker. Look, I'm so bold with it that me personally, just because of the season that he has, I would even talk about Randy.
You could put Randy up there, but if you talk about significance, it's only 1 year, maybe 2 years at best. If you look throughout the 20-year period of their success, they've had many players that step in. If we go early 2000, there's going to be that defense, that Mount Rushmore. Yeah, Brady be up there. He's the quarterback. But then you go to the Ty Laws, you go to Santi Samuels, you go
Rodney
to the 2 linemen, bro. One ended up on the damn Raiders. I can't think of his name. You go to Brewski, you go to Vrabel. Then you go up from the mid 2000s up. There was where it was all offense. You got to think this team went to the playoffs. I want to say an AFC championship with receivers that were under 5'9". Who's done that?
Yeah.
You had Danny Woodhead. And the problem is a system. The Patriots have a system that is built to continuously run regardless of who's in the position. And even Cam said that, and I'm an athlete. It's not like other teams that if Cam goes down, the team shuts down. No, the Patriots is Cam goes down, you're stepping in, and we're going to just adjust because they don't play teams. They play the team they play in that week. Their game plan is that. So, Bree, to answer your question, because we can come back to this. I don't want to take away from your segment. It would be Brady. It'd be Brady. Now I'm playing. It'd be Brady.
we know you're not playing.
No,
Yeah.
I would go Brady, Ty Law. I'm gonna go offense. I'm gonna go offense, completely offense. I would go Brady. I'm gonna put Edelman in there, bro. I really am. James White and I hate to say Gronk Gronk.
What if I throw a curveball at you and only you and say they only have to play for the Patriots? They couldn't have played for no other team. Who would you pick?
That they still currently and they didn't play for anybody else.
Basically, you can't say Tom Brady.
You can't say Tom Brady.
But yeah. You can't say Ty Law because he went somewhere else. You can't say
so who would you say?
Went somewhere else. You can't say Branch because he went somewhere else and came back to the Patriots, and he was Super Bowl MVP. You can't say a lot of their players don't stay. Willie McGinnis, that's the guy I was talking about. You can't say him because the problem with the Patriots, that Belichick system is once you get a certain age, I'll dump you and replace you. So Asante Samuels, you can't.
Would you put Bill Belichick on the Mount Rushmore?
I thought you said players. And
we are players, but would you?
Yeah, I would.
We'll do the top 4 coaches next week.
Let me tell you something. Belichick, there's only 2 coaches that were great in my eyes. Vince Lombardi.
No, I'm saying like
we'll do
like our like top 4 present coaches. Like
that's fine. Well, I'm just saying that for me, there's Lombardi, and then there's Belichick, and depending what day you catch me and what sauce I'm on, it might be Belichick and then Lombardi, but it's really Lombardi and then Belichick, in my opinion.
Those are only 2 coaches you respect?
No, I respect your boy Cowher. Andy Reid didn't get the respect he deserved, in my opinion, so he won a Super Bowl. I give what's his name?
Mike Tomlin.
I give Tomlin credit. I do. I feel, but I feel
making sure he wasn't left out.
I feel he inherited a good team though.
What about Lewis?
Marvin Lewis?
Yeah.
That with the Bengals?
Yeah. I'm just asking, bro.
No, that's debatable. And I'm going to tell you why it's debatable, because Bengal fans know that the organization don't spend their money.
He brought us out of the gutter. I will say that.
Yeah. So I've said, I don't know if you know this, but I don't know if you watch our podcast or not, but I've always said it, that to me, when you talk about an organization or a team, it's not only the players. You're looking at the owner, the coaching, you got general managers and them players. And they have to buy into it. That's why I think the biggest debate has been lately since Brady winning that Super Bowl. Was it the Patriot way in New England, or was it the Brady way? Was it that people bought into the Patriot way because Brady was there and he can win, and you knew you could win if you just shut your mouth and just did what you had to do? Or was it because of Belichick? A lot of people argue that. After watching The Barbershop with Brady on it and hearing what Brady said, let's be honest, Brady could have said whatever he wanted to say in New England, and they're not going to get rid of him. You know what I mean? He could have been out there partying at strip clubs like with Derek Jeter and the Yankees, and they would never got rid of him. But he's not that type of person. He admits it. 90% of the time, I don't say what's on my mind. I say what's correct to say, and I keep what I got to say quiet. So, no. But, yes, 4 players, Bree. Are they on the team currently or no?
Mine?
No, I'm saying, are we changing the stipulation?
No. That was just for you to see who you've replaced before Brady, like with Brady.
Oh, it'd be Edelman.
All right, June, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
You could go.
All right, so mine would be, of course, you already know, my number 1 is Troy Polamalu.
Oh,
for sure.
Troy's the man.
He's my number 1. I'll go Troy Polamalu. I will go Jerome Bettis. I will definitely have to go my baby Big Ben. And then the last one I'm debating.
Be careful.
This is mine. And then I would definitely besides Tom Brady, he's the only other quarterback in the league with multiple Super Bowl rings, so why not? And we've had 14 consecutive winning seasons with him as a quarterback. So why not?
Bengals fan, so I was digging at his personal life. We're not.
So wait, who's your 4? Because I would tell you my 4 for your team, but go ahead.
Okay, so I have Troy Polamalu, Jerome Bettis, Big Bus. I love him. Ben Roethlisberger. Now I'm debating between Hines Ward and James Harrison. See, that's where I'm stuck.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what.
We have to outfit change really fast.
It'd be Big Ben, James Harrison, Hines Ward, and Troy Polamalu.
You gotta go.
Hines Ward.
You gotta have Bus in there. You gotta have Bus in there.
Yeah, definitely Jerome Bettis.
But here's why I say that I didn't put him in there. I think Hines Ward paid a lot of dues in that team. Didn't Bettis get drafted by another team and then come to Pittsburgh in his later years?
I don't know.
He was with Pittsburgh the whole time?
I'm almost positive. I would look it up real quick.
Who, Jerome Bettis?
Yeah.
He was with Pittsburgh the entire time from 1996 to 2005.
Oh, then that's the case. Then yeah, he'll be up there. I'll take Hines Ward.
I think the main reason I feel like you got to have Bettis, not the main reason, because he did many great things, but kind of like how the Ravens won that Super Bowl on the back of Ray Lewis when he came back from the triceps injury, and the defense carried him through the dang on playoffs. Jerome Bettis kind of did that one year because he's from Detroit, and they had that Super Bowl in Detroit, and
hold up, my man. I don't mean to just put the pin on that. He was drafted by the the St. Louis Rams from 93 to 95. And then he came to the Steelers from 96 to 05.
Okay, well, he's still on my thing.
So, yeah. So I would give him that because he paid his dues, but he also almost costed y'all the playoff with the fumble at the 1. If it wasn't for Big Ben chasing this dude down and stopping him, that game would have went totally different, and y'all would have never went to the Super Bowl that year. So it's very debatable, but it's not my
No, but that's Big Buzz. Jerome Big Buzz Bettis. But see, I love Hines Ward and I love James Harrison. They're both super duper iconic to me. I just don't know which one. I'll probably go Hines Ward. I'll go Hines Ward. But I don't know. Like James Harrison is just so iconic for that interception at the Super Bowl to pass it out.
So here's where in your team it becomes difficult. Your team was known for defense and running the ball. Mm-hmm. The steel curtain. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so you can't name 4 people, especially in the 2000s, without naming Harrison and Troy Polamalu.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Bree. Do you give James Harrison any flack for coming and joining the Bengals for a year?
No, because he did that with the Patriots too. But
Patriots are on a division rival.
Yeah, I know. You see, I don't, and the reason why I say I don't. No, I don't because you guys are nobody to us, honestly. And that's just not me trying to be mean, but I'm not trying to be mean. But when I say that, let me finish before you cut me off, okay? When I say that, it's because we don't have that big of a rivalry in our division. If you think about it, it's us and the Ravens who have a bigger rivalry. Now it's going to be the Browns.
Because the Ravens.
When he went to the Bengals, we didn't really have that big rivalry either. But like with our two teams, so no. If it was the Ravens, I would have been like,
I can agree with that to an extent because the Ravens win more. But I don't know, if you go watch the games or go ask the players and see how they get up for a Bengals game, then you can't tell me that they're not worried about the Bengals. You know what I mean?
But I'm not. I'm just saying, like, yeah, we're always going to be worried about every single team in our division. But you were the least of our worries. Like
you watch those games and you see how physical and crazy those games.
Yeah, because you guys are a hot ass mess. That's why you guys are a hot mess. No, you guys are a hot mess.
No, people know.
You guys are a hot mess.
Fool you. She is very disrespectful.
Whenever there is a Steelers home games, you guys know how to act because you know we don't play. Whenever it is a Bengals home game, you guys are a hot mess and don't know how to act like you're big and tough.
So let me ask you this. On prime
time.
Juju
dance. Yes, Juju dance on your logo and got hit. Yes, Juju dance. But at the end of the day, we were still AFC North champions. Where were you guys? We still made it to the playoffs.
I'll let you finish. Let me finish.
Okay.
Did you or did you not lose on prime time to Bengals' third string quarterback?
Yes, we did. Next question.
I rest my case.
We did. Next question.
Can we continue with the Mount Rushmores?
All right. Okay, June, your turn. You've been a little quiet.
I'm gonna keep it straight, simple as possible. I'm gonna go with McNabb first.
Okay, respectable.
I'm gonna go with Brian Dawkins second. Weapon X. I'll put him against any team.
Hey, go ahead, June. My bad. I'm once you're done, I'm gonna show. I wanna show something. Go ahead. I'm gonna share my screen.
I'm gonna I'm gonna put McCoy third, and then I'm gonna put Nick Foles last. Was that? And the reason I'm gonna put him last.
What were your 4?
So I got McNabb, Brian Dawkins, LaShawn McCoy, and Nick Foles, right? And Nick Foles, right? Nick Foles, and I kind of did it in a progress, and I don't know if you guys caught that, right? And I did it in time to where McNabb, he got us through the Super Bowl. We didn't get it. However, he put that franchise where it was. He started that franchise in that winning season. If you look, you know what I'm saying? We dominated in that decade or whatnot, right? Then I'm gonna go into Brian Dawkins. I mean, shit. Brian Dawkins, Wolverine, Weapon X. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You can't say much. That's just it. And then I got LaShawn McCoy. He's the rushing leader for the Eagles. If Chip would have never came and did what he did at the time, and totally dispersed the team when it was, you know, I frankly do believe it would have been a completely different climate over there, because they were still in their prime with Deshaun Jackson and McCoy. And I gotta give props to Nick Foles. I mean, the dude came out of nowhere, backup quarterback, stepped in. He played like a starter in the playoffs and the ending of the season and got us that first Super Bowl. I think that credit has to be cemented on there, whether or not he just did that for that short amount of time. But without him, we would have never had that Super Bowl. Because I know Mark Sanchez was going to get us there.
Man, all I got to say is, with you giving Le'Veon Bell all that love, I had to assume that you was going to put Brian Westbrook up there.
Nah, I was.
Like,
I was gonna
put. Man.
Hey, I was gonna put Brian Westbrook there,
Come on.
Brian Westbrook is here. McCoy is here.
I'm not talking about McCoy. I'm talking about Nick Foles.
oh, man. Hey, Westbrook wasn't there for the Super Bowl. If anything, it had to be a Super Bowl player that get that fourth face on that mountain.
But I'm saying McNabb had 2 running mates, T.O. and Westbrook, and Nick Foles picked up where Wentz left off. He didn't even start 16 games.
That's what I was going to say. If it wasn't for Wentz getting y'all, 13 wins?
Yeah.
Right.
And leading the division, just there was no competition that year. Y'all would never been in the number 1, number 2 seed.
Yeah, you know? No, and I agree. I'm saying the only reason I put Nick Foles
because
number 4 is because he got us that ring,
that.
and that's the only primary reason.
I get that. I want to share my screen real quick, right?
And then he killed the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Before you share the screen, Blanco got to give his 4 real fast before you share your screen.
Let's do the screen real quick. I'm curious to see what you got.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Can y'all see that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's see it. Let's see it.
There's some pressure from the Bengals. Roethlisberger.
Boom!
Schuster is blown up, and the whistles blow.
Hey,
hey, they say he was a blown up.
Boom!
Not messing around.
Hey,
they're not messing around.
Hey, she has his jersey on. Look, that's funny.
Hey, my bad, Bree.
Hey, thank you for that, bro.
Funny.
I got you. It was funny.
He should have showed the little TikTok first.
I should have. I just Googled it. Wow. My bad.
Okay.
It's funny, Frank. Is that funny? Were you crying?
Sweating. It's hot.
You know I don't play about my son. You know I don't play about my son.
You know.
Your son play about himself.
Hey, Bree, listen. You invited him on.
I know.
Hey, you not even. If that had been June, you would have been throwing.
Worst mistake of my life. Worst mistake.
I'm telling you.
Well, no. When we
Bree,
recorded last week and I did my cute little NFL podcast time selfie, he was like, why I never get an invite yet, you know? And now I know why he wanted an invite so bad. It's okay. It's okay.
You knew how I was coming, Bree. Stop playing.
I'm finna call Arian to say you're bullying me.
You know why I didn't let him do the Mount
Hey,
Rushmore?
Arian brought me this
Bengals
jersey
gonna put
out.
Oh, she did. She brought it out. Oh.
Yes, man. All right, let me give you my 4 real quick so we can keep it pushing. All right. Number 1, I'm gonna go with my guy AJ.
Okay.
No particular order, but I'm gonna go with my guy AJ. It goes without being said. The dude's a beast. Y'all all know it. Everybody's seen it. It is what it is. Second, I'm gonna go with kind of like a sleeping giant. He's quiet, but he was always killing it. If you watch football, you know my guy.
Andy Dalton.
No, not Andy. Gino.
You better not say Andy Dalton.
Hey, Geno Atkins. All y'all quarterbacks know him.
Okay.
And then this one, y'all should know this one as well. You know, Ocho. Got to get Ocho in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Got to get Ocho. And then the last one became kind of tough for me. I got either I'm stuck between the left tackle and the defensive end. Andrew Whitworth and Carlos Dunlap. So I got to make a decision. They were both very, very productive. I'm gonna go with the one who went out more respectful. I'm gonna go with Whitworth.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. You a Bengals fan. When Ocho got signed to the Pats, I was super happy. I was like, wow, this is gonna be dope. He's a monster over there. He can come here. It's gonna be great. Do you feel that his lack of adjustment or even learning the playbook was because he was in a certain point in his career or in life where he was in the right headspace? Or do you feel that he just didn't have what it took mentally to be a Patriot?
So I think I won't say he didn't have what it takes mentally, but I think the mental was part of it. It's that he's more of a free spirit. The world is mine. You know what I mean? And so I won't say that that's a downfall because that's part of what makes him great. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think that was a big part of it. He didn't fit into the form, but I mean, it's clear that the talent wasn't the problem. I mean, he's leading the NFL in numbers or top in numbers with John Kitna throwing him the ball. So you know what I mean? Yeah, true. So that's fair. I just wanted to know, man. I had a lot of expectations for him, a lot of high expectations for him. Yeah, and I knew that he was a good wide receiver. I knew he was, arguably at the time one of the top 5, and people didn't want to see him on the field. And when he came over, and it was like a lackluster. And then I follow him on Twitter. Him and I've actually chatted on Twitter a long time ago because he's like, he'll be like, oh, let me show up to the movie theaters. Who want to talk and shit, and I'll pay for the tickets. But I think at the time he wasn't where he needed to be. He was messing with old girl, Rosado, I think Evelyn, whatever. Yeah, somebody's housewife or basketball wives or. See what people don't. You don't see a lot of the background. He actually was very rooted in Cincinnati. Like he had a lot of stuff going on in Cincinnati. He was one of those kind of guys who would just be chilling out in the neighborhood in Cincinnati. Like people knew him. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's where his focus was. It wasn't just on the football team. He was rooted in Cincinnati. So I feel like he probably wasn't ready for a change. You know what I mean? Okay.
All right. Real quick. This just came out an hour ago. So breaking news, okay? Every NCAA athlete in the country will be able to make money from endorsements and through a variety of other ventures starting Thursday. So Reggie Bush is trending because people are saying that we need to reinstate Reggie Bush and we owe Reggie Bush an apology. How do you guys feel?
Okay, first off, I do feel that this is a long time coming. This should have been happening before. And I'm gonna say why.
Someone also said, well, a lot of people also said, give Reggie Bush his Heisman back.
We're gonna talk about that in a minute, and I'm gonna tell you. But here's what I feel about it. Right, these colleges have made so much money off the players, right, and they didn't give them nothing in return. Right. So they would give them envelopes. We all saw the movie The Program. It's based on, it's what happens. And you think these kids are not going to take it. Out of all the players in football, how many of them come from well-off families and how many of them come from poverty-stricken environments, right? If you look at the demographics in football or a lot of sports, I like to say that minorities kind of lead the pack. And if that's the case, then you start looking at how a lot of us grow up, it's not in the best environment. So I got a kid that's going out there and basically putting his health on the line and not get paid for it. And you think he's not going to take a check? I think that's wrong. However, the rules at the time stated that you couldn't take any kind of money. So if you took it, you knew what you was doing. You know what I'm saying? It's on this show, Blanco, we refer a lot of stuff to kind of what we do in the Navy, right? Navy says you can't do this, or the military says you can't do this, and we do it. When you get held accountable, you can't get mad because you were told you can't do it. It's the same thing there. As an athlete, at the time, that rule was saying you can't take money. Whether it's in the form of a house for your mama, a car, a chain, a MacBook, whatever, you can't take it. And he took it. So no, I wouldn't say instate him, but I would say acknowledge why. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that these sailors, I'm glad that these players are gonna get paid. Yo, let's be honest. These colleges are making money. Alabama makes money off these players. You know what I'm saying? And there's that big talk. There was that big talk on I'm an Athlete, especially when Deion Sanders was there, about HBCUs, college versus regular college, and why we don't get more players to come there to play. And oh boy, that's one of the hosts that played for Miami. I can't get his name. He was saying how he went to a top league school because they could do more for him.
And I can speak to that because I went to Kentucky State to play football as an HBCU, and terrible. I'm talking about everything, the weight room, the dorms. It was bad. Like, you know what I mean? It was bad. So yeah, I can understand why top talent would say, all right, well, now I'm gonna go over here where I can have such and such and such and such. They might not be giving me money, but I'm at least go here to go, you know what I mean, and live a better life. You know what I mean? I agree with you. I'm glad you said it about the fact that the Navy thing, you know what I mean, where you're going to get held responsible. If you know the rules, we're going to make sure you know the rules. So once you act crazy, you're going to get held accountable. Mm-hmm. So it's just like back when it was illegal to receive the money and receive, like same with Terrell Pryor and Maurice Claret, you can't even sign autographs and get paid for it. That sucks. That's your likeness. That's your name. Mm-hmm. For it. It is absolutely wrong in my opinion. But if the rules say it, then I guess you can't be mad when they come down on you. I'm just glad they finally fixing it.
Bro, they wouldn't even put their names on the back of the jersey on NCAA.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they stopped making the game. Like, it's crazy. They wasn't trying to give, and it's not just because we're minorities saying this. No, even white kids wasn't getting no money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like these kids are bringing you so much money and they're not even getting a dime. That's crazy. No insurance. They get hurt if they're on a scholarship and they get hurt, they go home.
I read a stat a while back that said, I think it might have been like 2019 or whatever, but Alabama in one season made more money than every NHL team put together in one season.
That's crazy. And think about that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
And the players didn't get $1.
Not a dime. What you think, June?
I think I wanna read more on the on the rules to that. I don't know. I just want to read a little bit more on it, and I say that because I want to know if only top players are really going to get offered these endorsements.
Yeah.
And if they are, I think it's going to be a plus all the way around in college. I mean, the pressure is already on for most of them to want to be in the NFL or any other sport, as far as in the majors and stuff like that. But I think it's going to bring out the best of them even more. Obviously, just for the fact, hey, I want to get the most money, for any other endorsement. For example, if Nike's gonna sign me and I'm gonna be the face of Nike, Nike's gonna only want to sign and give you more money depending on the type of talent that you have. So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna bring 110% every time because I want my money. So I think on that aspect of bringing out the talent and the level of monetary that they're going to get when it comes to these endorsements are going to play somewhat of a factor too.
Yeah. I like, what do you guys think about what the NBA is doing? Well, not the NBA, but I guess the NBA is doing, and there's a couple programs. I think there's a team called the like NBA Elite or G League Elite or something. They're offering players an opportunity to come play for their team in the G League and make up to like $300,000 a year to bypass that 1 year of college that they have to do.
I think that's good.
Legit.
Yeah. They can make $200,000. A lot of them players. I mean, look, anything that's going to help these young kids or young men and women to get out and make some money, I'm for it. In sports, your life expectancy can be very short. All it takes is one injury, one hit, and you're out. You know, and you have nothing else. Especially, I can't speak for anybody else. I can speak about the minority group. We come from, a lot of us that come from nothing. That's the talent. Like Biggie said, you either got a wicked jump shot or you slang a crack rock. You know what I'm saying? So if you play ball, and whether it's football, baseball, basketball, whatever sport you're in, and our families are guilty of it, right? Because they hear the coaches say, oh, he has a prominent future. He's great. He's like a phenomenon, or she's dope. Let's get her. And the family, all they're thinking about, oh, they can get me out of this situation here. So we're going to push and push and push until that person gets hurt. And then once they get hurt, did they even get a right education? You know, a lot of these people talk about, or athletes have went on record and said, yo, I get passed in my classes so I could play. You know, you got to think, your star pass rusher in Alabama is not going to fail a class and miss out on a bowl game. It's not happening. You that's the last thing that teacher wants is Nick Saban knocking on the door. Like, you really going to fail my guy? You really going to tell me that he's not going to play and bring millions of dollars to this school? No, he's playing. He's playing. We're going to pass him. He's going to play. So I don't know. I think it's dope. I think it's good. I think it's about time. I think it's very much about time. But I feel that they should acknowledge Reggie Bush's situation. You don't have to give him back his stuff. You don't, because that was back then, and this is now. But I think you should acknowledge the circumstance.
Yeah.
And I think it's the school as USC, I think it's their responsibility to acknowledge Reggie Bush, not so much the NCAA, because if the NCAA does it, then they owe that explanation to a lot of people.
Everybody, yeah.
You know?
All right. And then our last topic before June does his meme of the week. Who should win?
It's Frank. Frank doing the meme.
No, it's you, because you didn't do it last week.
I thought Frank sent it to you.
I put in the chat. I put mine in the chat. I did. I put two.
Okay. Well, then Frank will do it. So who should win the ESPY for best NFL player? So Tom Brady, Aaron Donald, Derrick Henry, or Aaron Rodgers?
AD.
You think Donald? I'm a little torn with it, because what are we looking at?
For this past season.
So Aaron Rodgers won MVP. Do you give it to him? Brady won a Super Bowl at 43. Do you give it to him? Donald kind of got hurt towards the end of the season and wasn't the best as he was in the playoffs. But do you negate? And we already know what we feel about him, Bree, because he won Defensive Player of the Year, but he had worse numbers than TJ Watt, right? So
why are we bringing that back up? You'll get me mad again.
It's all valid. It's all valid. It's all relative. Do we bring up Derrick Henry because he can rush for 2,000 yards, but
because he's not human, because he's a transformer?
So I think if we're basing it on value, it's all dependent on the person that's going to be there. They all have a valid argument to be, Player of the Year. The question is, what are we basing it off of?
Me personally. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I'll say me personally. Numbers are important, so you got to have a certain amount of a decent amount of numbers to be in the conversation. Period. Right. So they all have the numbers. I'm gonna go with Aaron Donald because I literally watched the Rams play to watch Aaron Donald, and if you watch it, if you watch all of those 4 players, right, and they all have a bad game as far as numbers go, the only one who will still affect the game with bad numbers is Aaron Donald. Because if Aaron Donald has bad numbers, he was still getting triple teamed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You seen what happened when he got hurt?
Yeah, it was bombs over Baghdad over that defense.
100%.
I mean,
Aaron Donald is a beast. I haven't seen anything like Aaron Donald since, like, I don't know, Warren Sapp, Reggie White. You know what I mean?
Well, that's big.
So do you think that he should have won Defensive Player of the Year this year over TJ Watt?
Man, I think Aaron Donald should win Defensive Player of the Year every year he plays.
Look at, oh my gosh. Hey, June, we're about to see it, June. She's about to go Super Saiyans on him. She's about to change it up.
Oh, shit. That's funny.
Hey, Bree.
Please, no. What? Go.
Let me ask you a question. Name me another defensive lineman on the LA Rams. You can't. I'll name every defensive lineman on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why? Because they have because they have a good line, and there's people to take away attention from TJ Watt. There's nobody to take away attention from Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald makes other defensive linemen better because he gets all the attention.
Okay.
You got Cam Hayward.
Okay.
You got Tuitt. You had Bud Dupree.
But with every other nomination for MVP, Rookie of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, all those winners were by their numbers, okay? Way back in February when we did this episode, right? We compared the numbers of Aaron Donald and the numbers of TJ Watt because how they picked the winners for all the other categories were based off of their numbers for that season. So why is it that every single category was based off the numbers for that season besides that category?
You want to know? I'll tell you why right now. Because
all right, you tell me why.
This is how you know Aaron Donald is deserving, because
I never said he wasn't deserving of it, okay?
Let me tell you why.
I just feel like my son deserved it more.
Can I tell you why now?
Yes.
Because the outside pass rusher is supposed to have better numbers. Aaron Donald is an interior lineman. An interior lineman does not get the same chances to get sack numbers as the outside pass rusher, but he still has comparable numbers when he's getting double teamed by a tackle and a guard every play.
Okay.
Your
point is valid.
TJ Watt at worst will get double teamed by a tackle and a tight end. Ask those guys. They'll rather see a tackle and a tight end than a tackle and a guard.
I will say this. That's a good point.
That is.
Good
valid point. Good valid argument.
And it's a
I'm still beating your ass when I see you.
Here's what I would say, right? When you start looking, see, that's the thing. It has to be a rule, right? And if you go let's look at MVP, for example. I always felt the MVP should be the player that's most valuable to the team. Not so much about numbers, but if I took this player away, can the team still survive, right? And
we've seen it with Brady and the Patriots.
Which I wasn't going to go Brady, but I'm glad you did. There was years.
Because you were just waiting.
There was years that Peyton won. Peyton has 5 NFL MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
And out of those 5 years, I felt there was some years that Brady should have won it over Peyton. Not because of the numbers. Peyton's always going to have more numbers downfield than Brady because of the system. But because of what Brady meant to the team. The only year that you can say, well, we took Brady was hurt and they still went 14-2, or they went 13-3. I forgot what it was when he got hurt in 2008 season and Matt Castle stepped in. But look what you had on the roster. You had Welker, you had Randy Moss. You still, I think, had Stallworth. You had a bunch of people on there that, hell, me and June could have went out there and still went fucking 13-3. But
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? But at that point, you can say that he wouldn't be the MVP. But I believe there was a lot of years where Brady was the most valuable piece to that team and didn't get it because of the numbers. So if we're going to go with are we going off numbers or are we going off who matters the most? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, because you can't do who matters the most for one category and numbers for all the other categories.
Exactly. So if we're gonna go men line, women line, numbers don't. Like my man Jay said at his award ceremony, right? When he received his award, then I would go with numbers every time. You're right though. He's outside, one's interior. You had a great point. Name me a lineman from the Rams. None of us could. You know what I'm saying? You can name a bunch of them for the Steelers.
I can name all of them.
I can argue that you can name them because, for one, you're in the same division. You see them twice a year. So it's in your best interest to know who you're playing twice a year.
But you probably know them too.
When you said the names, yes, I do recognize them. At the top of my head, I couldn't tell you.
But you, like, it's because, like, you know who we are.
But I'm also, so for
Don't roll your eyes at me, Vodka. Don't roll your eyes.
For sake of argument, I've always told Bree I like organizations. Like I have a movie collection on the Green Bay Packers. Hence why I'm a big Lombardi fan. So it's not, I'm a Patriots fan, but I'm also a football fan. And I like organizations like the Steelers that have a long history of having good coaches, you know, good players. I mean, I always say the Steelers can find a wide receiver in that draft. Antonio Holmes, Plaxico Burress, all these guys that come up big when it needs to happen. And then you see organizations that are not that great because of ownership, management, coaching, or sometimes not even the coaching, it's the management and the ownership, and they run that team down to the ground. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, again, back to the topic, I don't know.
Who would you pick?
I don't know who I would pick. My fandom as a fan, I would go Brady. He won a Super Bowl at 43. You know what I'm saying? But then I can say, as a football fan, I can say, well, the other three have valid points. Aaron Rodgers won MVP. Even though he's won 13-3 the last 2 or 3 seasons, been to the NFC Championship the last 2 or 3 seasons and not made it past it. Derrick Henry, we can say he's great, but his team gets shut down in the playoffs and he can't do nothing like he needs to.
He averaged 2 yards per carry in that game in the playoffs.
Exactly. So and you know my position. You can be great in the regular season, but when you hit that postseason, that's what matters. You know what I'm saying? So to me, if you're not performing in the postseason, because nobody gives a shit, bro. Nobody talks about the Patriots going 16-0 in the regular season. They talk about 18-1.
That's a fact.
Nobody talks about the fact that they went 16-0. They still were undefeated in the regular season, but because they didn't win it all, it's they went 18-1, and they lost to Eli Manning and the Giants. You know what I'm saying? Nobody talked. Derrick Henry ran for like 2,000 yards. That's dope, but 2 yards average in his loss. So.
All right. June, who would you pick real fast before we close it out?
I have to go with Brady.
My man. That's one. Yeah, there you go.
All right. And then Frank, what is your meme of the week?
Oh, the Blanco didn't pick his.
Oh, no, I said mine off rip. I said I'm going with Aaron Donald.
That's right. You did. All right. What about you, Bree?
You went with Aaron Donald.
No, I'm not going with
Derrick Henry.
I am.
Yeah, I know.
He's a monster.
He just think Derrick Henry cute. That's all.
No, he scares me. He scares me. There's nothing cute about that man. He's scary.
He would destroy Bree. You see that size of that dude? He was like, help me, please. Frank, come get me. Help me. Around the house. Get the fuck away from me.
All right, what was your meme of the week?
It's on the chat, girl. I'm on live on my phone.
The Father's Day one?
I think so. I did it early, so I get out the way. I actually went and Googled memes, NFL memes.
So Frank's meme of the week, it says, in honor of Father's Day, Tom Brady gets to share the Madden 2022 cover with
No, that's not it, Bree.
That's not it?
I said breaking news, Derek Carr comes out as straight. It's something that's been meaning to say for a long time. And then the under it, I have a woman laying in bed.
Oh, that's Instagram.
Yeah, it's on Instagram. And he goes, the wife was like, he's thinking of another girl. And they show the husband, he's like, I wish Carr's passes were straight too. And then News of NFL says, this is your friendly reminder that Cam Newton woke up at 4:20 a.m. daily just to go 7 for 19. No, I'm at 7 of 19 for 81 yards and 0 touchdown in every game. That was my memes. So
Yeah, that was very attacking.
Let me say something. That was when I read that one about Cam, I was like, wow. If that's true, bro, you just need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop. But I don't know. Let's see what he does this year. I'm actually excited. How many days we at? How many days we left? Y'all left before shit kicks off? We're in July 1st tomorrow. And what training camp starts in August, right? Preseason, whatever.
Training camp is in August. I think preseason is like the last weekend of August.
And then we got the first weekend. When's the first game? The 12th?
That sounds about right.
So we there. Hey, soon.
You see it?
I have one more meme really fast before we log off, but it says Sean Payton, go out there and injure them, but don't make it obvious. And it says Saints players.
Yo, hey, matter of fact, hold on. Let me backtrack real quick. Last thing I'm gonna say. I'm taking Dunlap and Whitworth off. My last face on the Mount Rushmore, Vontaze Burfict.
I like Burfict. I just feel he was.
You know what?
Okay.
And what I'm gonna say real quick, I'm not gonna dive into it too much, but people got too caught up in what the media portrayed in Burfict as far as him being dirty and all that. Burfict was a hell of a football player.
Mm-hmm.
Hell of a football player.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I don't want to dive into it because you brought up a good point. And I like to acknowledge with people. I like to look at the root of problems with people. And when you look at players like that they're good and they're on a team that's struggling, frustration settles in. You know what I mean? When you're out there playing, and like Bree said, I believe I get your point with the Ravens and Steelers because Ravens win. But I feel like that rivalry between the Bengals and the Steelers is hateful. It's like, it's borderline. Like, we could be friends, but come Sunday, I hate your guts. You know what I mean? Now, after the game's over, and you're coming over to eat with the wife she's expecting. You know what I'm saying? But at that moment in time, for the 60 minutes that they're playing, it's hateful. I mean, it's dirty blows, penalties, a lot of fines went into that. I just feel frustration sets in. If I was playing for a sorry ass team and I know that I'm a good player and I'm stuck with you for the next 5 years.
Hey, relax.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I was keeping it too real.
You're doing too much.
I'm doing too much. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, guess what? I'm gonna do it. Yeah. So you know what I mean? when the team sucks, you know what I mean? And you're like the laughing stock of the damn. Well, that's not fair to you because you're not the laughing stock. The Lions have been there.
It's cool. It's cool. Just wait and see this year. I'm willing to go ahead and guarantee that out of the 4 teams on this screen right now, we will not have the worst record. Matter of fact, hey, how confident are you guys? The team on this, out of the 4 of us, the team with the worst record owes each one of us, I don't know, a bottle of wine.
They don't drink wine; they drink liquor.
I take
All
it.
right, me too. Bottle of liquor.
But no way, because
I was trying to be conservative.
Nah, hey, I'm down. I'm good with it. You know why? Because I'm not on the NFC least. And
Mr. Eagles not gonna do it.
Eagles is not on the AFC East. Y'all gotta play each other. All we gotta do is win at least half or more of our division games.
We just want to know if the Eagles. Come on, what you gonna do, Mr. Eagles?
I think the Eagles are than the Patriots if Jalen Hurts starts the game.
Yes, what you gonna do, Mr. Eagles?
I'm all in. All I know is it takes a little bit more than 2 players in the Cincinnati team to get you over the hump. Y'all got Chase and Burrow. Hey, and we'll see how he comes out after that knee injury.
T. Higgins had 1,000 yards in his rookie season.
Hey, I'm curious to see what your quarterback gonna come out like.
Bree, tell him how good Mike Hilton is. You know, we got one of those Steelers DBs over there. We got Joe Mixon. Yeah, I know you would like to have Joe Mixon in Philly. Come on, man.
We got too many. We got got Kerryon Johnson. We got Miles Sanders.
All that's dope.
Okay.
All that's dope.
Let's wait till week 1.
Without Belichick, I take Belichick all day.
Yeah, I'll take Brady. That's why he got the dub.
I like that. He can come back next week if he wants. You know what I'm saying? I finally got somebody that's going to support my arguments because you and Nikki be hating. So speaking of Nikki, yo, she's been absent.
All right, so let's close out.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'll go first. I'm gonna go first this time because I'm usually second to last. And I'm gonna end my comments with a meme. All right, and I think it's only right. So I'll show you guys the meme really quick. And it's only right. And the thing says, oh yeah. Or the thing says, breaking. Bill Cosby was sentenced to 10 years in prison and has been awarded his release before the Dallas Cowboys could even win a playoff game. Facts.
That's tough.
Facts.
I can't get with that because we ain't won one either.
But
and I didn't finish in Cincinnati. Hey, on some real stuff, man. It was dope having you on here, man. I think you shielded me from Bree be trying to attack me sometimes. I be feeling bullied. So I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man.
I'll go next, man, because I'd rather you two close it out after me. Yo, another great week. I enjoyed the vibe, the energy. You brought some good shit to us, Blanco. I appreciate it. So it was a pleasure meeting you. I look forward to next week. And let's keep doing what we're doing. You know what I mean? Enjoying our time, having fun, relax, cracking jokes, and talking about our teams and shit. So I'm good.
All right,
have a safe weekend too.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Blanco.
Yeah, once again, I was like, thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it. I had a good time, I'm glad to hear that y'all would like to have me back. I definitely want to be back. Sorry, Bree, but we're gonna sweep the Steelers this year. Hey, feel free to take that 45-minute drive up here to Jackson. We can watch it together. We closing on the new house. I got you. Watch it in style.
See?
That's all I got.
Okay, so I hope everyone has a great and safe weekend. I love doing this with you guys every single week. Blanco, I regret putting you on here because you really gonna make my blood boil, like my blood pressure rise, like way more than June does. But it's okay because I got your number and I got Aaron's number, and I'm like, hey, I'm coming over, be his ass. But no, it was really, really fun. It was really, really fun having you on here. You're welcome anytime. Just let me know when's the next time you want to come. Great football conversation. And I hope everyone continues to drink water and have a great and safe weekend. It's 4th of July weekend, so please be safe. And that is it. Bye, guys.